If you're giving birth soon, listen to this tip, especially if you are someone who wants to avoid an epidural altogether or even just push it until later in your labor process. One of the most helpful things that you can do is stack your coping skills. So when you are first thinking this might be labor, what you are going to do is completely ignore it. Then when you start not being able to ignore it and you start really kind of being stopped in your tracks, all that you are going to use is your breath. Close your eyes, just breathe through it. When that starts not being enough, the next thing that you're going to do is introduce one more thing. Maybe that's a TENS unit, maybe that's a comb. And then when you start feeling overwhelmed even with that, you're going to maybe wake up your partner, bring them home from work, call your mom over. Maybe after that you're going to use movement, and then after that you're going to call your doula. But what you are purposefully doing is stacking these only when you need to. So at first you do nothing, then you add one thing on until that's too hard, and then you add one more thing on until that's too hard, and then you add one more thing on. You stack these as slowly as you possibly can so that you're not running out of coping strategies by the time you're at 3 centimeters dilated. One of the things that I see help my clients who want to be unmedicated the most is using those kind of like bigger or more helpful coping things much later in labor. For some people, that's going to mean not getting into the bath until you are really in active labor or even transition. For some people, that's going to be something like nitrous oxide. And then the mistake that I see a lot of people make is as soon as they think they're in labor, they're going to grab their comb, they're going to be bouncing on their ball, they're going to be doing all of their breathing, all of those things as soon as it starts. And that leaves you very little wiggle room when things actually do get extremely overwhelming later in labor. There are 1,000 different tools that you can use to help you get through labor unmedicated, but having wiggle room to change things up is actually one of your most important coping skills. So if you can leave a lot of room for that, you are going to have a much easier time.